Hey everyone, this is the Beard Zeal. This is going to be my review of the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse Batman vs. Superman Batman. This is my first DC figure forever. The last one I got was like in the Dark Knight era. So, from Mattel as well, and the movie Masters line or where that was. This is very similar to that, I'm assuming. I'm not really familiar with the Multiverse line. I'm assuming this is Mattel's version of Marvel Legends, because collect and connect and all that good stuff. So it's same aisle as Marvel Legends because it's the action figure, all that good stuff. But same price point. So I figure this is just Mattel's version of a Marvel Legend. So it's a DC Multiverse. Cool. Yeah. The packaging is really nice. I like this quite a lot. We got a nice good window right here. Really awesome picture down here, although it does look very video gamey. It doesn't look like a movie still. It looks like a still from Batman Arkham game, kind of, which is weird. But I got the DC Comics logo down here. Collect and Connect, Grapnel Blaster Replica. We'll get to that in a second. In the back, oh, there's a second. You can build Batman's Grapnel Blaster if you collect all 8 of them. You know what? If they all are 8 Batman v Superman figures, I plan to do that. If it's just going to be like some generic comic stuff like what is in the Marvel Legends line, I hate that they do that. That they have like, 3 or 4 figures in the wave that are from the movie that they're promoting. And the rest are just like generic comic shit. I hate that. I hate that so much. Yeah, but, whatever. Hopefully Mattel does it better. You see the first 4 figures here. You got Superman. Do not have him yet. Wonder Woman. Do not have her yet. But I have Batman and Armored Batman. You'll be seeing reviews of those. Well, Batman today, but Armored Batman probably on the same day. No, my upload schedule. But hopefully I'll be able to build this. If I like the rest of the figures that are here, I'll probably collect them whether or not they're Batman v Superman or not. But I'm assuming we'll have like the Nightmare Batman and Aquaman, at least 2 more coming up. So maybe even a Doomsday. Who knows? But yeah, I plan to get the rest of these if I can find them. Just side note real quick, Superman and Wonder Woman they're only packed 1 per case. 1 per case. I looked this information up because I was like, oh wow, all my Walmart has is Batmans, and a couple Armored Batmans. What the hell's going on here? The Batman is the highest packed one. I think a case holds 8 figures, and out of the 8 figures that are in there, at least, all the different variations they're going to have, at least 5 of them are going to be Batmans. The rest of them are 5 Batmans in one of the cases, 2 Armored Batmans, and a Superman. Woo. Yeah. So that's one thing I'm just gonna go ahead and slash Mattel for doing right there is horrible case packing. I think NECA does this the best, where they have basically the even number of figures in a case. So you have 3 of each of the wave, right? That makes sense. Instead of just having 1 figure, so that figure is going to be super hard to find, and you're going to have a bunch of peg warmers of that one. Because they're like, oh yeah, this one's going to sell the most, and that's really all that's in there, because most people are going to want the complete set, or at least have Batman and Superman, and all you're really going to see is just a bunch of Batmans hanging from the pegs, really. I'm just going to predict that right now. But overall, I love the packaging a lot. I wish I could get a hold of the Superman and Wonder Woman a lot more easily, but I'll definitely be on the lookout for those because I do want them. So now we're going to move on to the figure. Well, his accessories first. He has 1. The Collect and Connect piece. No Grapnel Blaster for him, like an actual one for the figure. No batarangs, no nothing. All the traditional Batman accessories that you think Batman would come with. No, it just comes with the base, which, this isn't even an exciting piece for the Grapnel Blaster. It's just like, oh yeah, I got the base. Whoa. Now here is the actual figure. And overall, I am really impressed with it. There are 2 main issues, though, 2 main issues that I'm not happy with. One being the face sculpt, and it actually looks a lot better on camera right now, through the viewfinder than it does in person. But in person, it looks too small to me. it just looks too small. You know, you got the broad shoulders and the head just looks like it's maybe 75% the size that it needs to be, maybe 80% the size that it needs to be, at least to my eye. But yeah, and of course the coloring on the face. I don't know how well that's going to show up, but no, it shows up a little bit better on camera. Also, it's just this head sculpt. This is like one. Ugh. The head sculpt has texturing on it, but the cowl does not. These are supposed to be like one piece, and they don't have the same texture. So I don't know what's up with that. Also, the other thing that just really irks me with this figure is the knees. They're permanently bent out like that. See, that's pushed in all the way. The legs are straight. All the sculpting is lined up. They're permanent like that. So he looks like he's permanently bow-legged. And that makes it look like a kid's toy, not a collector's item. I don't like that. You can, of course, remediate it a little bit, but, there. It looks a little bit better, but then he has his legs just so close together, you kind of want to spread them out a little bit. But, and this is tied with the legs, why I didn't put it at some point. There is no ankle rocker, you know, there's no ankle pivot. You just got a hinge. So, you're really not going to get too many dynamic poses out of this guy because his feet's just always going to be kind of like on the side like that. And that sucks. There's peg holes, so there you go. Let me grab a neck stand. I haven't tested this yet. It's got my here. Let's see if this guy can fit on a neck stand, shall we? Okay. Alright, you can fit on a neck stand, so you can, if you have some neck stands, you can get it to work. You know, that's just like a haphazard pose through the viewfinder, but you catch my drift. You can get more dynamic poses if you have a neck stand. So there we go. The overall articulation, it works. It's great. There is one extra thing. This is not a negative. It's just my personal gripe. I don't like bicep swivels. I much prefer an elbow swivel, and you know, like I wish it would swivel right here and not up here, because this isn't natural. Your arm does not swivel there. Your arm swivels at your elbow. Just go ahead and try moving your arm out. Just watch when your arm swivels out like this. Your biceps do not swivel out like that. You swivel at the elbow. That's the natural point of articulation for the human skeleton. So, I think when all figures have like this, they should be, they should swivel at the elbow. That's what I think. But also, it wouldn't break up the sculpt as bad too, because it's just like, whoa, look at that. Yeah, I don't like having these big seams or here in the biceps. I like each extremities, like the major bones, like what would be your major bones. I like for those to be one solid piece. So your bicep would be a piece, forearm would be a piece, all the articulation would be in the elbows. But they didn't do that, but you know, that's just a nitpick for me. But extensively for articulation, it does the same thing. It does the exact same thing as an elbow swivel, so you know, no big issue there. I do wish that he had more accessories, because what you see is what you get. He comes with a trigger finger, but mine's a little bit warped. But he doesn't come with anything to hold it in. I mean, that's stupid. It's like they want you to use the actual, I think it's a grenade launcher. Perhaps that's what it was called at Comic-Con. But this comes with the armored Batman. It's like they want you to use this with this Batman, and I have been doing that. But you have to be wary. See the little paint rub in there? Yeah, it just comes off like that. So make sure you heat it up a little bit before you do that. Don't just rush it in like I did. So mine's already ruined. So there we go. That's probably why my thumbs warped, or my fingers warped too. But fuck it. There we go. Whoa, blurry. There we go. See, that doesn't look so bad right there. I do wish he had interchangeable hands. That's just going to be a thing. I wish he had interchangeable hands. I don't know if Mattel's ever done that in any figures that are similar like this whatsoever, but see, that doesn't look so bad at all. That looks really good. But I would like that because it's just a simple little pig in here. You could pop this out if you wanted to. And I would like to have two fists, you know, if he's not going to have anything to hold it with, you know, like not going to come with anything to hold it. Or maybe just have an extra hand to cradle this gun right here because he can't hold it properly with the hands that they gave him. So he has a trigger finger with nothing that he can hold and just an extra fist that can do nothing. So really, you're just going to have him like, damn you, Superman. Pretty much like that, so, yeah. And he can swivel right here. And he can crunch, which I always kind of have him like permanently crunched a little bit. Because that's just the way that Ben Affleck kind of like stands when he's in the bat suit. And that, oh well, wonderful. So, you know, he's just kind of like always kind of hunched over just very slightly. And that makes his figure shine extra, that extra more for me. Overall, though, would I recommend this figure? It depends on if you're hyped for the film or not. You know, it's really going to depend on how good the film is later on, or how much you want a Ben Affleck Batman figure. For me, I really like the design of the Batsuit. I cannot wait to see Ben Affleck as Batman. I just want a standalone Batfleck movie more than anything right now. But, you know, at first I was adverse to it, like a lot of people were, but after seeing the trailers and everything, I'm like, yeah, he sold it. He sold it. Yeah, he's going to be Batman. That's just Batman. I mean, honestly, just seeing from the trailers, he is like the most definitive Batman to ever be on screen for me. So, I should tell you something how much I kind of like this. But, yeah, I do wish it was a bit different. But, out of the figures that are out there right now, I think it's great. I really do. I mean, as far as I know, this is the only collector's version of a 6-inch figure out there of the Batman v Superman stuff. So, that's kind of our only option right now. And right now, I think it's worth a buy for sure. And this whole collect and connect thing doesn't seem so bad, especially if they have all 8 figures be from the Batman v Superman film. You know, that would be one up in Marvel there with, you know, or Hasbro, I should say, with the Marvel Legends. So, hopefully the movie turns out to be good. I'm definitely on the hot train for it now. I love Man of Steel, so if it's even just as half as good as Man of Steel, I'll be okay. But yeah, this is a really good figure. Really surprised with this. Really surprised with this. So yeah, I recommend it. I'm not gonna say it's a high recommend, but you know, if you like the idea of Ben Affleck, go pick it up. Because you're definitely gonna be able to find it because they are packed so high in numbers. They always have to be a zero for click things in entertainment. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.